Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a yoga routine for post leg day. So jump into something comfortable, something you can move in, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start today's practice on all fours. So go ahead and make sure that your wrists are in line with your shoulders and your knees are right underneath your hips. And we're just going to start with a couple cat-cows. So we're going to go ahead and inhale. Extend through the chest, make yourself wide here, drop your tailbone down, get a nice tilt here in your pelvis, and then as you exhale, curl your tailbone underneath your body, press through the fingertips, and feel a really good stretch through your upper back. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat that. So inhale, lift the chest, opening up across the collarbones. You should feel a really good stretch here. Eyes look forward. And then as you exhale, head comes down, chin tucks into your chest, tailbone rounds out, and you tuck your booty right underneath you. And you should feel a little bit of heat here as you activate the core muscles. And then go ahead at your own pace, just move through cat-cow, bringing a little bit of energy, bringing some breath and movement to your spine. And I'm inspired to do this because, man, after leg day, I feel sore in places. And what I want to do is sit. And that doesn't exactly help get over the stiffness. So we're going to actually move through a great yoga practice to do following a leg workout. All right, let's go ahead and extend the left arm forward and kick the right leg back. And then I just want you to go ahead, as you exhale, draw your elbow to your knee and pull your belly button into your spine. Keep pressing through the fingers here so that all the pressure is not in the wrist. As you inhale, lift. Exhale, scoop it under, activating the core. And one more time on this side. Great job. Let's go ahead and set that leg down. Switch sides this time. Inhale, raise your right arm up, kick your left leg back. And then go ahead and bring your opposite elbow to your knee. Great. Go ahead and take both hands on the ground, knees on the ground, and we're just going to go ahead and do some like little hip circles basically. So if you want to actually walk your hands a little bit forward to feel a good stretch, you can do that. I'm just making little circles with my hips and just giving myself that massage. Now as you sit your hips into one side and then the other, you should feel a little bit of a stretch in the inner thighs as well as the glutes. And remember to relax through the upper body. So make sure you're taking full breaths here by expanding your belly. And you're not just breathing with your chest, because that's going to put a lot of stress into your neck and your shoulders. And if you want here, you can do figure eights. That feels good. And we're going to go ahead and curl the toes underneath. Raise those hips up so you're just holding this tabletop position. And then as you exhale, I want you to peel your hips up towards the sky and then take some time to pedal it out in downward facing dog. So you don't have to go all crazy here and try to have a perfect downward dog and look like all those people on Instagram or yoga videos. Just be you. It's okay. That's good enough. And here you can even do the same thing and kind of finding what feels good for you by actually even putting your weight into one foot and then the other. You can feel that stretch all the way through the glute and even into the lower back. All right, go ahead and inhale, roll forward one vertebrae at a time, finding plank position. And then we're just going to go ahead and exhale, roll back one vertebrae at a time, finding downward dog. This time, really focus on taking your hip points up towards the ceiling. Think from the ground up. What's your body doing from the ground up? And if you're getting closer here, your muscles are starting to relax a little bit. Feel a good stretch. Maybe you can sink your weight into your heels. Hip points are pulling towards the ceiling, and through your palms, you're pressing through the fingertips, feeling that contact with the floor. Your triceps are rotating back, so your arms are externally rotating and your legs are internally rotating. All right, let's go ahead and just bend the knees, and then exhale, step forward to the front of your mat. Inhale halfway up and find length through your spine. And do me a favor here, take a nice chin tuck actually. Draw your chin in towards your chest. And then exhale, fold down. Take a nice bend in the legs here. And then I just want you to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Ooh, it feels good. Pull your tailbone down, act as if there's a weight pulling your tailbone down, and then bring your fingertips up your body, and then extend your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the chest, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up and look. Find the length, tuck the chin. Exhale, fold, step or hop into plank. Move through your chaturanga or vinyasa. You can do a cobra here, you can do an upward dog. Listen to your body. And then let's go ahead and meet in downward facing dog. You can come back to downward facing dog any way you like, pressing up into plank, rolling back one at a time, whatever feels good. Pedal out those feet. And here we go. Inhale, lift the right leg up for three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest. Hold it. Feel a nice awakening through your body. We're here to work today. I know it doesn't seem like you really want to work, but this is how we work through that muscle soreness, the lactic acid. Okay, step that foot through, and then we're going to keep the back leg lifted. Just take a little micro bend with the back leg. And here we are. Raise the arms up, and here we are in crescent lunge. Catch your breath. Let's go ahead and inhale, lift up. Make a small correction here. Pretend that weight is pulling on your tailbone, so it's dropping your hips down. You're gonna feel a really great stretch through the hip flexors when you do this. Exhale, sink it down a little bit further. Inhale, lift, tuck the pelvis. Exhale, lower. And then if you feel comfortable, you can even try to get that back leg, the back heel to straighten out against the mat. Keeping those hips squared, keeping that forward position. Exhale, let's go ahead, cascade down. Take the hands, frame the foot, step it back. You decide if you want to move through your chaturanga or if you just want to take it right back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg this time, three-legged dog. Exhale, sweep it through. Inhale, lift into crescent lunge. Exhale, we're gonna just go ahead and lift up, make a small adjustment. So tuck your tailbone down and under, feel a really good stretch through the hip flexors, and then lower right back down into your lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Here we go, let's sweep it down and around. Find plank, move through your chaturanga or pass. Remember your breath. Great job. Let's go ahead and look between our hands. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Swoop it up to the front of your mat. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up and look, finding length. Tuck your chin. Exhale, forward fold. Let's go ahead and reverse swan dive right up to the top of our mat. Exhale, hands to heart. Our body's starting to get warmed up, but we're gonna go through that sequence one more time and adding on. Inhale, Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, have a seat in chair pose. You definitely feel this if you have just worked out legs. Exhale, fold, step or hop into plank. Shift your weight forward. And we're gonna go ahead and meet in downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. And this time we're gonna go ahead and stretch out the hips. Now, really important here that you make sure you're pressing equally through both hands. So we're gonna bend the right knee, but as we do this, you're gonna try to keep both weight in both your right and left arm instead of putting all your weight into one side. So be aware of that. And then go ahead and bend and straighten that leg. And we're just gonna go ahead and take that bend as far over as you can, really opening up through the side of the body, and square up the hips and swoop it through. Back into high lunge, crescent lunge. Inhale, lift, standing up, tall, tucking the tailbone. Exhale, take your knee all the way to the mat this time. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, sink your hips back, feeling a good stretch in the hamstrings for half splits. And while you do this pose, you want to make sure that you're pulling that hip crease back and it's staying in line with the left hip. Inhale, swoop those arms up, reaching forward in low lunge. Exhale, have a seat, pulling the toes towards your shin and feeling a really good stretch in half split. One more time, swoop the arms forward, big inhale. This time, exhale, reach behind and find your foot and get a really good stretch here in the quads. Exhale, take your hands to the mat, and one more time, half split. All right, let's go ahead and move through chaturanga if you please. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, right back to downward facing dog. All right, we are going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time, inhale, lift the left leg up, and we're gonna make sure that we're pressing equally through both sides of the hands, and bend that leg, and then just go ahead and straighten it. Pressing through the palms, extending through the arms, staying strong through the upper body and allowing that lower body to feel really good stretch here. All right, go ahead and shift, straighten out those hips. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest, drawing your belly button up to your spine. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, lift up for crescent lunge. Take a nice cleansing breath here. Inhale, lift, making sure that we tuck the tailbone here, finding length through the hips, the hip flexors that get really tight after sitting, and even leg exercises. And then go ahead and exhale, lower down, taking your legs into a low lunge position. Exhale, have a seat. Draw your toe towards your shin, finding a half split here. And with your breath, with energy, we're gonna go ahead and raise up. And then exhale, letting go of tightness, letting go of even stress. A lot of people hold stress actually in their hips, and it affects every part of their body. One more time like that. Inhale, reach up. This time bending the back leg. Exhale, reach behind you, find your toe. And here you can make adjustments for getting a good stretch through the quads. If this is really uncomfortable on your knee, you can always pad it up with your mat by just folding this little guy in here. That can help make it feel a little bit more comfortable. Making sure you're not holding here with your breath. If you are giving yourself too much of a stretch and you start tightening up, that's not good. Draw back a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and release that leg. Step it back, move through chaturanga, and I'll meet you in downward dog. Taking those hip points up towards the sky, you're probably feeling more loose, more relaxed now, which is great. We're gonna go ahead and draw your tailbone down, roll up the spine one vertebrae at a time, and then just lower to our knees. So we're back into that all the four tabletop position. And we're gonna go ahead and extend the left leg or the left arm and the right leg once again. And this time we're gonna actually reach back behind us, make contact with that foot, and you're gonna feel a really good stretch here for the quad once again. And think of this as two opposing forces. So your foot is pushing into your hand is pushing into your foot. All right, go ahead and extend that leg, draw the elbow to the knee, and then kick it out once again. Exhale, let's go ahead. Feel a really great stretch here. You can even open up through the chest when you have these two opposing forces. And then exhale, kick the leg out, arm out, and then draw your knee to your elbow and extend. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Inhale, raise the right arm up straight in front of you, and the left leg right back in front behind you. Bending the leg, reaching back for your foot, creating that push-pull here. All right, let's go ahead and release. Reach the arm forward, elbow comes to knee. Reach out in front of you one more time. All right, reach and lift, elbow comes to knee, and then set it right back down to the ground. Let's go ahead and raise ourselves up, kick those hips back towards the back of the room. Sorry guys, pedal out the feet. Bending the knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, find chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, find length, tuck your chin. Exhale, fold, reverse swan dive. Exhale, come to mountain pose. Take a minute here to breathe. All right, let's go ahead. One last time, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, finding chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up and look. You're already probably finding that you're much more flexible now than when you started. Meet in downward dog. You don't have to do chaturanga every time. You can just meet me in downward facing dog. And I like to do different things on my way down to my downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, scoop it through. This time, we're going to bring it across the mat for our pigeon pose. So if you have blocks, this might be a good time to use it. You can put it kind of in between your legs there and then allow yourself to come down and relax. Oh man. If you don't have blocks, you can use this with a pillow. And how do you know if you really need to do it? I tend to find that when I don't use a block, especially after like a hard workout, I end up holding more. I have a harder time just like relaxing with my breath. And so if I put a block under there, I can really like allow myself to just relax and feel that stretch instead of tightening up and making myself more tense. But it is completely up to you. Use that breath to really sink. All right, if you have a block on there, go ahead and remove it. If not, go ahead and press yourself up. Kick your right leg back behind you, and we're just gonna rotate onto the left pinky side. And here we are coming into a strong side plank. Pull your hip up towards your ribs, and then reaching your arm maybe even overhead. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take a micro bend with the leg, pressing your hips up for a wild thing. Really open up through the upper body, even through the hips here, activating the glutes. And let's just go ahead and cascade down. Lift that right leg here, and let's not even touch it. Let's keep it raised up and actually just step it through. And here we are in a runner's lunge. Let's set the left arm right down to the ground and feel a really good twist here. Raise the right arm towards the sky. Here, draw your hip points back. And let's go ahead. You decide, chaturanga or not. I'll meet you in downward dog. This time, raise the left leg up, and as you sweep it through, bring it across so you come right into pigeon pose. You decide, use the block or not. Lower down. Oh, it's best to lower with your breath. You might actually find that one side is tighter than the other. This can happen for a majority of reasons. I didn't mean to say majority, many reasons. Maybe you sit with your legs crossed. Maybe you put more weight into your left or your right leg when you're standing. Maybe one side is actually a lot stronger than the other. Or you have some muscle imbalances going on through your body, so you feel that tightness. It's normal, and that's how and why yoga is so great, because it really brings your awareness to what's going on with your body. Take one more breath here. And let's go ahead and press yourself up. This time we're gonna go ahead, kick your left leg back, rotate onto the pinky side of the right toes, and then make sure you're drawing your hip up towards your ribs. Inhale, reach your arm up and over your head. And when you're ready, go ahead and take your leg back behind you for wild thing. Stretch it out. Ooh, feeling wild. And let's go ahead, shift all the way through, keep your left leg lifted, and we're just gonna draw your knee into your chest. Here we are in our runner's lunge, making sure we're keeping a nice strong back leg here by activating the quad. And then let's go ahead and welcome a twist into our practice. Draw your hip back. All right, hands come to the mat, framing the foot. Step it back into plank. Shift your weight forward. Slowly lower down. Press yourself up. Last cobra, exhale. Last downward facing dog. And then just go ahead and hop it through to a seat. I personally love pigeon for stretching out the glute medius, but I also really like sitting with our legs stacked. So basically, we're gonna take one leg right on top of the other, stack them like fire logs. We're gonna do one more stretch for that hip point. So sit up nice and tall. If you are sitting on lots of cushion right now, go ahead and remove it. Move your extra fluff out of the way so your hip bones are sitting right on the ground. Sitting up nice and tall, go ahead and inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, you can just go ahead and come forward any amount. So any place you feel a good stretch. These stretches should feel good. If they feel like, ow, 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 this hurts or I can't breathe through it, you need to draw back a little bit. And if you're an intense person, A-type personality, that might be where you are right now. You like that pain, you like to put yourself through it, but it's not exactly the most healing thing for us. It actually can do us more harm than good. All right, go ahead and bring your arms forward. Let's go ahead and take the left arm right behind our seat and then just do a nice gentle twist. Take your right arm to your left leg and just feel a good twist here. And as you unwind, let's go ahead and switch legs. Stack them up like they're fire logs. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, forward, fold forward any amount. Draw back a little bit and take your right arm this time at the base of your bottom and then nice gentle twist. Left arm comes to the right knee and just reach back, look behind you, see what's going on. And go ahead and bring your legs right in front of you. We're just going to lower down one vertebrae at a time. Last pose, if you have a block, this is a really good time to use it. It is going to be a restorative bridge. If you don't have a block here, you can just press yourself up, your hips up towards the sky. Activate through the glutes, pressing through the heels. Now, one of the reasons why I like to use a block here is especially after a workout where I'm not trying to I'm trying to have more of a restorative approach to the yoga practice, then I allow my weight to just kind of rest onto the block. And take some breaths here. To bring awareness to the present, to your practice, to your health. Great, and go ahead and take the block out from underneath you. You can choose to end your practice here with your feet together and knees apart, or you can end in Shavasana. Take some time to find your breath, to relax in this moment, and to simply be put. When you're ready, you can go ahead and press yourself up back to a seated position. Great job with this workout today. I hope you feel so much better. Continue practicing yoga, continue opening up, following the path of health, happiness, and making yourself a better person. If you like this workout, click subscribe and the thumbs up button, and we'll see you again.